Good morning, my wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be working on Roxy's weekly challenge, whatever week we're up to, 6 maybe. Lost track. It'll be in the title of the video and the thumbnail as well. The project was, excuse me, Rachel made vellum paper ephemera bundles. Paper bundle ephemera. I don't know. Paper bundles. And I'm going to do that as well, but I'm not going to use vellum today. Rachel used printed vellum, and my only experience with printing on that type of paper was on tracing paper, which this is tracing paper, and it did not work so well. So I don't know whether it's the tracing paper I've got or my printer or what have you. I have got some vellum, but I forgot to try printing on it before doing the video, and I thought I'm not going to do it because then I've got to wait for it to dry. So I thought, how about embossing it? So today I am working with embossed tracing paper. So whether you use tracing paper or vellum, I thought, why not? This one's got a few ink splotches on it because I had used the embossing folder to do inked embossing and obviously didn't clean it well enough, but that's okay. So I've got 4 different designs here that I've embossed. Now it does crack. The design on some of them has gone right through, particularly this one. It's got little splits where it's broken through. But the idea is eventually it's just going to be used to tear up and use as a collage and glued down. So I figured it's not going to matter too much. I have a variety of things that I might want to tie these bundles with. I have my crocodile for punching holes. You don't need a crocodile. You could use any hole punch, or you could just take a sharp tool and poke a hole. Like whatever works for you, whatever you've got. No special tools required. I've got a crocodile and I love it, so I'm going to use it. And then I have a variety of pages here that I've grabbed out to make my bundles with. So I've got some antique, whoops, that's not tearing the way I wanted it to. Antique music, sheet music here. I've only grabbed out 2 pages of that. I've got 4 of these tracing paper bits. So I'm going to use like half a sheet per bundle of that. We have some 1933 pages from a poetry book. This is also from the 30s. It's very crunchy, fragile paper, but it's just gorgeous colour and a bigger font because it's from a children's like preteen or early teen book. Then we have more from the 1930s of an edition of Gone with the Wind. We have another 1930s book, I believe late 1930s, which is a children's book, and I've chosen out pages that have images on. This is the latest piece of paper. It's a 1970 Girl Guide book, and I just thought it's interesting with all the little illustrations and text and stuff, and there's some colour on 3 of them. Just an interesting inclusion in these bundles. And then pièce de résistance. Yes, I am parting with using some of my Farmer's Diary 1930 original pages. So they're stained, some are fountain pen, some are pencil, beautiful handwriting, 1930 it's from, and you know, mistakes that have been scribbled out and just gorgeous little notes here and there. Just love them, but I need to start using them. So I'm going to make up some paper bundles and let's just have some fun with it. I think firstly with the embossing folders I'm limited to how wide I can make the tracing paper because of the embossing folder. So I envisage that on mine the paper's going to hang out the side. I'm not going to bother trying to fit it inside the paper because that's going to be a bit limiting. So let's, is half, yeah, half will be actually fine. And of course they're all going to stick out the bottom as well. So I'm just going to take, oh, it feels criminal to fold this beautiful old paper. I feel like it's made of gold, you know. There's a rusty mark here from a pin that was holding something onto the facing page. So that's a bit of fun. Yeah, I feel like it's gold that I'm folding, like it's so precious. But it's good to pass that preciousness on, isn't it? And somebody else can enjoy it and use it and treat it as precious as they want to or not. Just going to tear off that little raggedy bit. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day, my friends. It is a beautiful day here. Really, really beautiful. After the cold snap that we've had, for those that don't know, I'm in New Zealand and it's summer here. We've had a cold snap where there was snow, not down to my level, like it was up in the mountains, but it just chilled the air temperature down, and it's been so cold. Really not that pleasant. Today is stunning. I think I'm just going to have those just straight. So this morning when I hung out the washing, there was barely any breeze. There was just a subtle, soft, warm breeze. It was so, so lovely and warm, and a clear, beautiful, brilliant blue sky without a cloud. Now these I might do into thirds, just so not everything's not the same. Yeah, it was just absolutely stunning out there. A perfect washing day, because while there wasn't much of a breeze earlier on, it's now picked up a bit. So great for drying the sheets that I've got out on the line. But it is just the prettiest day out there. You know how after rain the air's very crisp and clear and it's all clean and all the trees are sparkly because the dust and the pollen and all that sort of stuff has been washed away. So it's just beautiful. And I might just have to go for a wee drive or something, or a bike ride, just to enjoy a bit more of it today. Although I'm very busy and I'm out all day tomorrow, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Right, again, I think I'm just going to go full with that book page, Gone with the Wind. Just trying to juggle here. So I don't envisage this video is going to take terribly long. I think I'm going to start stacking these crisscross. Okay, and one of this beautiful old children's book pages. Just the colour of it is really nice. It's not a very nice feel. It's that very rough, drying feel, but it's super pretty. And you don't have to touch it for long once it's on the page. It's all good. It's just beautiful in background. So the idea is that these are little bundles that somebody can take apart and use in their crafting. I'm not sure yet whether I am going to list them on Etsy or whether I'm just going to include them with a journal. If anyone is interested in purchasing a bundle, let me know. I would probably prefer New Zealand only, just because I'm a little bit shy after I've had mail and order go missing to the States, which, you know, is quite costly, and not only the cost involved, but I've lost all the products that I sent. So all that work, that time, that effort, the specialness that I infuse into and it's gone missing. So I'm a little bit gun shy about, you know, posting off to the States. Australia probably okay, but yeah, it's just, you know, once bitten twice shy kind of scenario. Just going to roughly tear these in half. This is from, I keep wanting to say 1919, but I think it's actually earlier than that. It might be 1913 or something, but it's old. It definitely falls into the antique category, and it's just lovely. Right, I think I'm going to fold it this way. Like so. So yeah, if anybody is interested in a paper bundle, Rachel put, I believe, 4 pages into hers. What's that title say? La Paloma, the dove. That's pretty. I've just grabbed out a bunch, and this is however many I'm putting in. I wasn't concerned about number. I just thought it would be cool to grab out an interesting assortment of papers. Of course, Rachel uses the beautiful Italian book pages and a few French maybe, not sure, but definitely Italian. Like, I just can't compete with that. I don't have anything of that sort in my stash, but what I do have is still pretty cool. I think so anyway. Okay, so we have our bundles, and I think I'm pretty happy with the order. I'm just wondering about putting that lovely diary, authentic, original diary page at the back. No, I'm not. I want to protect it. As much as I want it to be visible, I want to protect it. So I'm going to put that newer 1970 page on the back. So I'm going to leave the order as it is. That's good by me. So I'm going to take my tracing paper pieces, and they're not cut straight, guys. They're wonky. They're fine. And just fold a bit over. So I left some length in where it's not embossed, and that's just going to fold over the top like so. And so we get a little bit of that beautiful music showing through. Cool. So not a lot of colour going on, apart from some colour on these Girl Guide pages. Just like, what are they? What are they? Pull it out my brain. Okay. And I thought it would be fun to do different designs on these embossed pieces. So they're all slightly different. So yeah, quite a quick project, I think. Did anyone count how many pages there are? I'll do a count up in a moment, and so you know. It doesn't worry me if no one's interested in actually purchasing them as a bundle, because they'll just go in with journals otherwise. Tucked in as a little bit of fun, usable resource. Right, and fourth one. Now this one hasn't got a lot that's not embossed, so I'm just going to fold it down into the embossed part, just to give a little bit more space to fold over there. Okay, so from here we punch some holes, and I think I'm going to go with paper clips just to hold it together while I do that. Just having taken the time to put it all together, I don't want to have to redo it. And I'm going to punch holes with my crocodile. I'm going to do this one with string. I think I want to use each of the 3 different things that I've grabbed out. So I'm going to do 2 holes, and they'll just be wherever they happen to be. I'm not, you know, measuring as to whether they're perfectly centered or anything like that. Oops. So for this string, I'm using the smallest hole on my crocodile. So go in through. So to use the pages, you can untie it, or you can just pull them out and tear them out, whichever you prefer. Just going to fold that string in half so I can poke it through the hole. I'm going to leave a good amount of string so that you can also use the string. Whoever gets a journal or purchases a bundle, either way. If I do it too short, then it becomes not very usable for anything later on. So do a nice big length and just simply tie a bow, pull it tight enough, and there's our first little bundle done. Super cute. So how many bits of paper we've got? So half a music sheet, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 in there. Could go even more, but I was looking for the oldest things in my collection that had some interest that I thought would be something special for somebody to enjoy. Right, paper clip it just to hold it while I do my holes and tie it. Rachel also did a single hole method. I actually really like the double hole, so I'm going to do all mine with doubles. And I want to use this beautiful little blue gingham ribbon, so I'm going to use my larger hole for that. So I think I'll really struggle to get it through the smaller hole. Oops, bits falling everywhere. Popping out. Oops. I will refrain from trying to put them in my rubbish after every one, because that's going to take time. I know I already did the first lot. I just don't like stuff running around my desk. Oops, go in from the front. Pull it through and back through the back. And pull off however long you want. An angle cut helps stop ribbon from fraying, so I'm going to give an angle cut on both ends. Put that aside. Oh, that's pretty. I haven't even tied the bow yet and I think it's pretty. So I'm not knotting it, I'm just tying it so that you can undo it without damaging anything. There we go, that's so cute. Do love a bit of gingham in my life. I just think it's so sweet and very much reminds me of school days. At high school, part of my uniform was gingham, a green gingham, and in primary school we had a dance. Whoops, I've grabbed two. We had a dance in Form 1 and Form 2, which is the 2 last years of primary school. So age-wise probably would mean more to most people, or some people. Let's say around about 10 to 12 sort of age. So we had a dance each year and my great aunt made me 2 dresses, exactly the same, but one was pink gingham and one was yellow gingham. And for manual, which is like the practical cooking, sewing, woodworking classes that we went to, we had to travel to a separate town to do that. And she made me a full oven mitt, food cover, apron, and whatever else. I'm pretty sure there were other things that she made as well, out of red gingham. So it's very much a part of my nostalgia is gingham. So I just really love it. I've still got my oven mitt and my apron. I think the food cover is around somewhere as well. I don't know if I've still got the dresses. I did have them for the longest time. Don't know if I've still got them. And of course my school uniform. Like, while it was part of my history, it wasn't particularly special because that's just what I had to wear. So I think I have some fabric from my godmother made some of my blouses, so I think I've got some of the leftover green gingham fabric from when she made the blouses. But yeah, so very much part of my nostalgic history lifespan. Right, so I'm using some decorative pink yarn, and I'm going to do 2 in this because I've got 2 journals coming up that I think this would work really lovely in. So I may not, you know, if I end up selling them, that's fine, I can make more. But otherwise they will go in those 2 journals. Isn't that cute? Texture with the yarn, texture with this embossed bit of tracing paper, and then all the beautiful pages in the bundle. Paper clips are very, very handy things, aren't they? So yes, this is definitely the worst one for the cracking through the pattern, but I think with a bit of glue it should be fine. I did do one other bit, I'll show you. This bit, I didn't do it for this project, I've done it for another project, but it's a striped, diagonal striped embossing folder, and every single stripe has cracked and broken through. So I'm going to have to be very gingerly handling it when I use it so that it just doesn't separate into all strips. Because I want stripes, I don't want strips. It's a very important difference. For 1 letter difference, it's an important difference. Right, and I'm using the small hole for this yarn because it's got a small point on it that I can use. There we go, got all the bits. Sorry guys, bit throaty. Have another sip of my coffee, it'll be cold now. Yep, it most certainly is cold, but never mind. Still lubricates the voice up for a little bit. Come on, go through the hole there please. The other one went through quite all right. Had it and then I dropped it. There we go. A little bit of perseverance and persistence and any other word that means the same thing. Maybe I'll fold it trick and then push the fold through. No, that doesn't want to work either. Let's grab a pencil. It works so well on the other one. Now I'm struggling. There we go. That worked. And nice length. And tie it in a bow. How simple, easy and effective and fun is that? Really simple project. Doesn't take much time. You can do a whole bunch in a short time. And I can envisage that I will actually make more of these and look at some of my other papers from my stash. That'll be fun to include. I've got a number of old books, and there was a book sale coming up in 2 weeks' time. I just saw it advertised yesterday. I didn't tie that very tight. Let's have another go. And I'm like, I know what hubby's going to say. Hubby's going to say no. But I really want to go just because you never know what I might find. Have I got money for it? Absolutely not. But each book is $2. I'm sure I can scrape together, you know, a couple of dollars here and there to go. And particularly because I'm after the first book in the Diana Gabaldon series, Outlander. So it's either titled Outlander or Cross Stitch. And so I can go that I'm looking for that book, and I will. I do intend on going, and I will hunt for that book because I've been looking for it in all the secondhand shops. Can't find it. But, you know, while I'm there, there's no harm in looking. And they always have boxes and boxes of free stuff as well. It's like, how can one not? It's only going to go to landfill if nobody takes it. So, you know, I'm doing the world a service, really. Yeah, I wonder if that would float with my hubby. Probably not. But, you know, if he doesn't go with me, then I can kind of, like, bring them home, put them away, and it'll be fine. Like, no harm, no foul. Is that naughty? Right, anyway, there we go. We have 4 fabulous little bundles of interesting pages here. I was thinking about putting some blank paper in, but I didn't. So it's all useful for collage, or you could, you know, some of the larger bits like this beautiful paper you could turn into a signature page if you can bring yourself to do it. I can't. But you also, this original page is scannable. Like, you can totally scan that. I have not scanned any of those diary pages that I've included in here. I haven't scanned any of them. So if you wanted to scan it and use the scanned copies or whatever, then that's an option as well. So 4 beautiful little bundles. Let me know if you're interested in purchasing. New Zealand only, I think, maybe Australia. But if not, I'll just use them up in journals. So no worries if nobody does. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my interpretation of Rachel's project. I will link her video down in the description box as well, in case you want to go and see how she made hers. Hers are stunning, guys. Like, I do recommend you watch them, between the papers she uses and her printed vellum. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, take care, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.